night will be no different. So if you want to tune in and watch Hugo hit the mat,
as a lightweight, at least he'll be a little heavier.
And for those of you going to StubHub paying money to go sit out in the cold, wet rain to watch that bullshit, and by the way, they do fight in the fucking rain in L.A. Don't believe me? There's a Top Rank card where that shit happened. And I quote Andrew, there is no way that I believe that Lee will go and sit and watch that fight in the rain. No way. You're right. I wouldn't, but they've got a nice little sky booth that was heated with a snack tray. Who else is fighting on this shitbag card?
Oh, you know what's
Miller.
Also bad? You know what's also bad?
Yeah.
He's been knocked out by Asian guys. So you know Gervonta Davis is going to knock his head off.
Who's taking a fight on 2 weeks' notice and being a fucking threat? Like, there is no dude at any weight, like, there is no dude at any level in any of those weight classes that would take that on 2 weeks that would be any threat. Not a soul. Literally not a soul. There's
Let's
nobody.
Look up the super bantamweight. Boom. We'll see if he's ranked right now after.
I'm over the Gervonta Davis experiment. I mean, just being perfectly honest. I mean, now that Floyd's not fighting, I mean, Gervonta's got to be his own man and go out. And I get that Floyd has literally tried a bunch of fighters on to be sort of the face of his little boxing promotion. And they've decided on Gervonta, I was molested as a child Davis, and his tattoos. I mean, he's literally one arrest away from being Adrian Broner. Like, he's that close. He's right there. He's on the precipice of being a shitbag. I can feel it coming. But I digress. Anything else?
That should be an easy one.
What else is going on in boxing that's worth talking about? Joseph Parker, Derek Chisora. Showdown is possible. So they're not even fighting. All right, that's fucked up. We're just talking about possible fights. Way to go, boxing scene.
Yeah, we're at that point in the year.
Kenichi Ogawa made his return. Nobody cares. Duva felt Kovalev would win when Alvarez used Gotti's music. Oh, way to go, Kathy. You're stupid as fuck. Stupid AF, bitch. Go suck a dick somewhere.
Oh my gosh, there's that one.
I get that there are women who possibly don't suck dick, Andrew, but Kathy Duva looks like in her time she sucked a few dicks. Why is that so far out there?
Oh my gosh.
Is that hard for you to swallow? Ha! Ha! See what I did there? Hard to swallow. That's a pun, Andrew. It's funny. Liam Williams, nobody cares about him. David Caldwell with a fucking rainbow bright. No, don't care about that. Munguia, I'd like to fight Canelo or Triple G. You go on dreaming, kid.
I know. Geez, shut up already with Canelo.
Let's see, what else do we have? Barry Hearn Wilder is not very good. Wow, there's a news flash. Let's see, what else do we have? Wow, there's literally boxing scene has talking about fighters that nobody would pay money to see. We're back almost to the stories we talked about 24 hours ago.
The only thing interesting I seen was the Mares came out and told the truth.
Well, okay, the only one that came out on Sunday that was halfway decent is now Pacquiao is employing Floyd Mayweather tactics. So, by the way, I'm not only just doubling down that Pacquiao is going to fight Mayweather, I'm going to triple down. Like, I'm putting the house on this one. Okay, Pacquiao, and I quote, released statements on Sunday. Okay, here it is. WBA regular welterweight champion Manny Pacquiao, right? Last year, Pacquiao signed with Al Heyman. And they actually use these words so you know it's a press release. Pacquiao signed with powerful advisor Al Heyman. Powerful. Al Heyman, we've never even seen him in public, but he's powerful Al Heyman, who work with nearly all the biggest names in the welterweight division because he fucking has a Ponzi scheme. A few weeks ago, Pacquiao dominated Broner, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and here it is. Just in case Floyd not ready, I'll fight anybody. I can fight anybody in the top list, including Thurman. Like, he's just quoting names. Here you go. You ready? Here it is. Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. I'll fight anybody. Bring him to the Philippines. But he wants to fight again really soon because he's going to die of old age. So he needs to get a couple more fights in, Andrew. Pacquiao went on to say, it's a matter of how you train. There is no secret. Fuck young women. Take a... let me quote that again correctly. There is no secret. Fuck young women and train very hard. My training team is more solid now than ever. The communication is better. That's a direct quote from Manny Pacquiao. Oh, and support a guy who kills people blindly as president. I look forward to being able to kill people when I'm a president. Crazy shit out of Pacquiao's mouth.
I know.
On Sunday,
wow.
Right? Do you think when Manny's president, you think he's going to kill people who do drugs too? You think he's just going to follow along with the whole fucking shoot him, kill him? It's Philippines, it's Wild West.
No, I don't know how Manny is behind closed doors, but out in public, Manny seems to do what his people tell him. Right? I don't like to call him more of a follower than a leader, but it kind of seems that's what he would be if they gave him that head position. I don't know if he's a man that would go out on his own and do something against the grain, if you would like to say.
There's that.
Right? Don't you? I get a little bit of that. I mean, the guy hands away all of his money. Like, they don't even say thank you. He's just he's like an ATM machine, a fucking robot. That's why, Aram looks at him. He's like, this guy's going to be fucking broke. He tells us that he used to tell everyone that all the time. He's going to be broke. He hands out his money like nothing. And then the videos come from the Philippines, and that's exactly what he's doing. Like I said, they're not even thanking him anymore. They just got their hand out and they walk away. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think Manny'd be a good leader at all.
There you go. Shout out to our boy, Dougie Fisher. I don't know if he's really our boy, but I don't find Dougie Fisher, I mean, truthfully, I don't find Dougie Fisher any more irritating than Steve Kim. They're sort of the next generation of writers and reporters. Dougie got a job with, Thompson Boxing doing their play-by-play.
Very nice.
I'm sure that pays an extra $100 a week. So, pretty soon he'll be able to support his family out of that apartment nicely, Andrew.
Lee.
I want to believe that he has a day job doing something like everybody.
Well, I'm going to tell you, that's his second commentating job, because I believe he was doing Golden Boy fights.
He is, but with Coyote Duran. And I like Coyote. I got no issues.
Are they still doing that?
Yeah, I think so. I think they still have that gig going.
Yeah,
but if you guys think that these guys make money, you are sadly wrong.
That's a lot of free food, Lee.
That is a lot of free food.
You get a lot of...
but recently, I have noticed a shortage of food at live events.
No doubt. Now that HBO's not in, shit, you think these fucking promoters are going to do it?
But then again, what do I know?
Hey, that's why they fed us good, was because HBO was there, right? You want to keep those guys happy. I'll tell
you why they stopped feeding. I'm going to say this. All the boxing writers who listen to the show, the reason you don't see food at your events is because I've literally talked to all the people who run promotions and things like that and said, you don't need to approve all of us. We can watch this shit from home. Like, literally, we can watch every minute, including pre-fight press conferences to post-fight press conferences, from our fucking desk. We do not need to be there live. We can ask questions over the internet. There is no physical reason to have 300 media people at each major fight. Like, you can sell those tickets. You don't need us. The only reason we show up is for free food and free fights. That's it. And don't get me wrong. I mean, like, Bob hooks you up at those Vegas fights, right? Like, you get a little ticket, you get a voucher. What's the last one I went to? Was the ePix one? They gave me like a $20 voucher at the Forum to go eat or something crazy.
Yeah, it used to be Italian restaurants, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like
it
he
used to be
used to
great.
cater in. Yeah, he used to cater in to
Oh
the
no,
big
10
boy
years ago,
stuff.
it was the shit, Andrew.
Yes.
That's
And
before
now,
everybody had a podcast and a show and called themselves, I'm a writer.
yeah, I don't. I'm not.
Don't get me started about
Don't get me
blogs and all
started.
that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't get me started.
I have 5 people who listen to my show. And when you meet those really fucking dweeby, nerdy guys, by the way, for anybody, I'm going to do some insight for all of the Fight Net
Come
fans.
on, Lee.
Are they not all douchey?
Not all of them. No, you
A
can't.
great
say that.
portion of them are, Andrew. Come on.
Hey.
What about that dude who showed up at Fresno with his shit and he was all serious? All serious. I'm serious. Here to watch boxing in Fresno. Andrew and I are here to eat hot dogs. What's your story, asshole? Don't block our view. You're just too busy. Okay? I got to run over and go get an interview with those guys. Those guys. Is that what gets you fucking ratings? Like, I wanted to do a running commentary of him running around going, like, they'd come over and go, okay, blah, blah, blah is available for interview. And then he'd get up and he'd scurry off like it was something important. And I look at Andrew and I'm like, there's got to be somewhere to go get a beer. I mean, like, this is, like, we're the only real media here. Like, we're it. I mean, not to shit on some of those Fresno cards, but Andrew and I were it. And then there were guys who showed up who I guess lived in Fresno and they were just happy to go to a fight. I don't know. Oh, I'm from so-and-so.com. Okay, asshole. Calm down. Go. You know what? They want somebody to go interview that kid in the back. Why don't you go ask them hard questions like, how many fights will it take before you're relevant? Could you imagine, like, doing any... let me give the real comparison for the not casual boxing fan, because that's who we really appeal to, Andrew. Could you imagine there being a podcast on football that only talks to left guards? That's what this is like. There are guys who cover boxing. Like, if you look at boxing scene, there was no stories, right? So who are there stories about? Sam Maxwell, Draper, Benson, Samir Ziani. These, if you've never heard these names, that boxing scene seems to think that they're important. Dave Caldwell, Liam Williams. Woo! These are guys who fucking turn the dial, Andrew.
Yeah,
right?
not too much in America.
It's
there.
the equivalent in American football would be, I do the left tackle show podcast. Each week we review the play of the left tackle in football. We also interview them and the backups. You know that they rotate that position, Andrew. This week on left tackle, how he pulled for that awesome swing pass that just happened last week in the game. So we will be having Joe Smith of the Buffalo Bills coming in to talk about being left tackle. Right? I mean, I would even think, like, if you had to power rank position and review a play, like, some of these people are so far down the fucking food chain of boxing. Yeah, it is left tackle talk. I don't want to be shitty to Liam Williams, but you're a left tackle, dude.
Yeah, no doubt. I hear what you're
You're
saying.
a fucking left tackle. Dave Caldwell, you're a fucking left tackle. I mean, to be perfectly honest, you're not even a Aqib Talib. You're not even like a cornerback. That's like a star position. That's like an Adrian Broner. And he's not even a star. Let me tell you about Fight Net Radio. I'm looking for players. I'm looking for I'm looking for the quarterbacks. I'm looking for a Pacquiao. I'm looking for... That moves the dial, kids. Gervonta Davis. He's a backup, but he's going in. This is definitely a Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe moment, if you want my opinion. But he hasn't fought anybody yet, so I haven't really... He might be cornerback level still, Andrew. I don't even think he's a receiver or a running back. I think he's a cornerback.
Yeah, because right now he's made a good part of his career has come off the fact that he's always mad at his manager, Floyd Mayweather, right? Remember how many stories came out about him being upset because Floyd's always traveling around the world and he don't have any fights?
How nerdy do you have to be about boxing if you're reading stories about other dudes in the top 10 of boxing. Like, I mean, legitimately, I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick about it, and if it sounds like I'm shitting on the fighters, I'm just telling you the truth of click